Welcome to the Midnight Bakery. There might be some background noise because my neighbors are doing some kind of construction or something, and it's so early. It's literally 5:14 in the morning, and they're fucking jackhammering their driveway. So you might hear that in the background. You see a letter from your aunt. Dear Jay, thank you for your offering to look after my bakery tonight. I'm sure you'll meet a lot of interesting people. Ah yes, interesting people. Interesting in what way? Because, when someone says interesting, they can go a lot of ways. Best wishes, Auntie Kay. Your first customer has arrived. Well, let's run this bakery. A witch approaches the counter. Good evening, you must be Jay. Have we met? Your aunt talks about you all the time. My name's Chaz. I'd like something dark and sweet, please. Sure. I'll see what we have in stock. You decided you should make a Black Forest Gâteau cake. It's the definition of dark and sweet. You get the basics and choose a base flavor, vanilla or chocolate. I fucking don't know. I don't like Black Forest. I'm pretty sure it's chocolate. Cocoa powder. You add chocolate to your cake. Are we making the cake in real time? Because the cake takes forever to make. You have to make the sponge, it has to cool, you have to assemble it, ice it, decorate it. It takes forever. Okay, add the ingredients. The cake is ready to cook now, okay? Into the oven. Now you need to choose a topping. What goes on Black Forest? It's like those swirls of chocolate. Dark red cherries or a miniature forest. Definitely a miniature forest. You add the trees to your cake. Your cake is finished. You made a literal forest gâteau. Yeah, that's fucking cool. No, I don't want to bend my cake. Hey, witchy lady, I made something fucking cool. You hand the witch a slice of, just a slice, not even a whole cake, of literal forest gâteau. She looks confused. This looks nice, but why are there little trees on it? 'Cause it's hilarious! That's why! Black Forest Gâteau with actual trees. She laughs, but isn't a huge fan of the cake. Okay, well, fuck, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be super tasty, but it was never gonna be tasty. It's Black Forest, which tastes like shit. Ooh, hello. Good evening. I have been walking a long while. May I have something simple to warm me through? Coffee? Tea, perhaps? I'll see what the magic cupboard says. You decide to start making a basic vanilla cake. However, you spot a mysterious green vial in the back of the cupboard. It smells delicious. Do you add it? I mean, the magic cupboard said... The magic cupboard provides, and who am I to deny the whim of the magic cupboard? Put it in. You pour the contents of the vial into the batter. It now has an oily rainbow sheen. Ah! That's good. Nothing bad ever happens. You mix your ingredients carefully. You think you should add something extra to make your cake a bit more interesting. She wanted simple. Add a cheese layer. Add a vanilla icing. I think a vanilla icing... That's another thing I like. Red velvet. I don't like the cream cheese frosting on red velvet. I don't like a lot of things I'm discovering. I'm a very basic person. You decide to ice the cake after it's cooked, okay? Cook your cake, it's finished. You made cake of either fun or death. Okay. 50-50. I like to gamble. You hand the traveler a slice of your cake of either fun or death. The traveler watches the cake warily. It's vibrating slightly. Come on, let's play a game. After a few moments of hesitation, he takes a bite. His suspicion quickly turns to happiness. Delicious! He cries. He finishes the slice in just a few bites. All seems to be going well until he disappears into a puff of rainbow smoke. And, oh no! He turned into a frog. He gives you a rather reproachful croak. Well, frogs can't use, Yelp, so it's not like we're gonna get a bad review or anything. Bye! Hello, sir. How can I help you? The vampire approaches the counter. Good evening. He begins cheerfully. I am Zaf, the vampire count of the nearby mountains. I'd like something red and fun to satiate my appetite. The traveler, Frog, croaks in contempt from the floor of the bakery. It doesn't look like he's leaving anytime soon. Is a frog. What the fuck can you do? Sure, red and fun. I'll see if there's any blood bags in the cupboard of magic. You decide to start with a simple sponge cake. You'll add more to it later. Will I? You're about to bake the cake. Will you make it a fun shape or a boring one? Well, he wanted something fun, so let's make it a fun shape. You decide to make a Swiss roll cake. Spirals. Okay, making a Swiss roll is like not just, oh, I'll make, like, it's a process. It's very difficult to do. Well, it's not difficult, but you just have to be careful that, like, your sponge isn't either too dry that it cracks when you roll it, or, like, so wet that it's just a mushy, unpleasant mess. It's just, like, it's not the easiest thing to just do on a whim halfway through. You cook your cake. Now for the filling. Should you fill it with jam or blood? I feel like blood is a little bit pretentious. Like, not pretentious, presumptuous. Like, oh, you're a vampire, you'll definitely want blood. Whereas, like, jam is what you would expect to be in a Swiss roll. It's what you would expect to get from a bakery. You decide to use jam as a filling. Your cake is finished. You made a Swiss roll. Good shit! You hand the vampire a slice of your jam Swiss roll. Do you enjoy? The vampire looks intrigued. Oh, what a fun little cake. But what's this in the middle? You explain what jam it is, but the vampire seems a little bemused. It doesn't quite suit his palate. Ah, you wanted blood. Go fuck yourself. Meow. Hey, there's a frog on the floor. You're a cat, you can kill a frog. Your next customer meows at you unexpectedly. It didn't tell me what they wanted, but okay. You've never made a cake for cats before. You quickly Google how to make one. You find some tuna in the back of the pantry. Should you add some? What did the fucking Google say? Sure. You add tuna to your cake. Who am I to deny the whims of the magic cupboard? As you're mixing the ingredients for your cake, you spot a bag of catnip out of the corner of your eye. There are drugs in this establishment? Add a pinch of catnip. Yeah, just a touch. We don't want to overpower the cake. You know, just a tiny bit. You add a small pinch of catnip to your cake. Cook your cake. It's finished. You made a cat cake. A cake for cats, not a cake made of cats. Important distinction. You give the cat cake. Do you enjoy? The cat purrs as he eats. He enjoys his cake so much that he even lets you pet him as a reward. High praise from a cat. Ah! Hello! Ah! Interesting. A man with a horn on his head enters. You wonder if you should ask him if he's a unicorn. Let's not bring it up, eh? You decide to try and ignore the fact that this man has a unicorn horn. It's extremely difficult. Eventually you just give in and ask him. Nonsense, he cries. I am a uni-man! He refuses to elaborate. I would like a cake fit for one of my kind. So, even though I didn't ask, I still ask. So why is that an option? Okay, something beautiful and majestic. Okay. I can make a rainbow magic cake that turns you into frogs. It's pretty majestic. Something fit for a unicorn, a uni-man. There's a lot of food coloring here, and there's also some glitter. You're not sure if it's food safe, though. Which do you choose? Glitter or food coloring? Glitter is more sort of unicorny than, like, just bright colors, you know? What's the worst that could happen eating some glitter? You pour glitter into your batter. Also, why would it be in the pantry if it's not food safe? You mix your ingredients carefully. Your cake is looking very sparkly. Perfect for a uni-man. You cook your cake. It's finished. You made a glitter cake. It's so sparkly. Also, if it was not food safe glitter and it was plastic glitter and you put it in the oven, I presume it would just all have melted and it wouldn't be nice and sparkly anymore, right? Senor, I have a cake for you. You approve? The Uniman looks impressed. What a magnificent cake! It sparkles like the sun. He enthusiastically takes a bite. Oh, here's where it goes wrong. Only to start coughing it out again as soon as the glitter hits the back of his throat. Is this even safe to eat? Of course it is. Everything's safe to eat. You probably should have looked into that more. He storms out. Ooh, it's a ghost! The ghost approaches the counter. He's holding a sign that says, "Boo." You take that to mean he wants a spooky cake. Sure. How do you make a cake for a ghost? You can make it first and then kill it afterwards to get the ghost to the cake, or use a ghost cake mix you found in the pantry. What method do you use? I'm kind of interested in how you're planning on killing a cake, so let's do that. Make and then kill. Your cake is nearly done. Now you just need to decide how to kill it once it's finished. A hammer or a flamethrower? Well, I'm worried about burning the cake if we use a flamethrower, so let's, a hammer is a trusty murder weapon. It's proper old school. You decide to beat it to death with a hammer. The cake quickly turns into pulp, but now you're able to grab the shimmering outline of its ghost. I didn't cook it, did I? Ah, well, here you go. No, I still need to cook it. No, I don't want to bend the cake. It's finished. You made homemade ghost cake. Right. You give the ghost a slice of homemade ghost cake. How is it? The ghost loves the cake. You draw something on the back of his boo sign. It's a heart. He floats happily out of the bakery. Your next customer arrives. The ghost might be the only person that showed up so far that has liked the food. The frog croaks anxiously. He can sense something coming. You shut up down there, little guy. I'm trying to run a business here. Ah! Interesting. You look fucking cool. A strange being fills the bakery. Cower before me, mere mortal, for I am Zagoroth, destroyer of worlds. That's nice, sir. What kind of cake would you like? No human food could ever possibly satisfy me. Let us have a competition. If you, puny being, could create a dish to satisfy me, I will spare you and your insignificant world. And if I don't, I'll die and then won't have to deal with the consequences. So it's like a win-win situation. You find a compartment at the back of the pantry dedicated to excessively powerful invaders from other worlds. That's a useful compartment. All bakeries should have them. There are 2 types of cake bases to choose from, light or dark. Which do you choose? He's a being of darkness. No, I didn't. Bend the cake. No, fuck on. Ah! Yes, I want to bend the cake. Okay. Dark. You choose a dark base. Then you can pick accent ingredients for your cake. Your decision will literally shape the fate of the world. No pressure. Add light, airy ingredients. Add dark, heavy ingredients. Well, this is where like you don't want to. If we have a dark base, then you want to add light stuff to it. If it's like all dark and all heavy, then it's like a bit, like if you're making something, you want to like not have everything be the same color and the same texture and everything, because then like when you eat it and like plate, like it doesn't look very good on the plate because it's all the same color and texture, and it's not very good to eat because everything is the same texture. So you want to like mix things up. So we're gonna go for a dark cake, or like a dark sponge, and then fill it with light, airy things so that like it's different textures. It's not just the same. You add pure and light ingredients to hopefully warm your customer's heart. Into the fire! Your cake is finished. You made a black and white layer cake. It combines both dark and light powers. I do not want to bend it, please. I just want to... Excuse me, sorry for the wait, Mr. Zagoroth? I can't remember what you were. Terribly sorry. Very busy. You give the great... I was close. Destroyer of Worlds a slice of chocolate and vanilla layer cake. It's good, yes? He looks down at your cake with disdain. He takes a cautious bite. So you thought you could sway me with a cake like... Wait a minute. Is this a perfect balance of light and dark power? I've never seen anything like this. Not in any of the galaxies I've destroyed. Maybe because you destroyed them and didn't let them make you food. He starts eating with gusto. This is delicious. Maybe I'll leave this planet alone for now, as long as you keep giving me cakes. You know, it's like a sacrifice to the gods kind of deal. He leaves with a thoughtful expression. That it? After Zagoroth, Destroyer of Worlds, has left, you see a watery dawn. I thought it was like, what the fuck is a water dawn? A watery dawn rising over the horizon. You let out a long breath and slump over the counter. Your shift is finally over. Aunt Kay has a lot of explaining to do. Interesting people indeed. The frog croaks at you grumpily. You shut up down there, okay? You knew what you were signing up for. You didn't, but you realize you'll probably have to talk to Aunt Kay about that. 13 out of 21. That's not... it's not great. But, you know, it's not terrible. For a first night running a bakery, it's fine. I feel like if you successfully stop the universe from being destroyed, you should get, full marks. Who cares what happened the rest of the night?